The new version of eFootball has been out for a few days already, and some cards are better now than they were before. Here comes Pepper. Welcome everybody! It's only been a few days and as usual, this list isn't complete, so feel free to add your choices in the comments. Just like every time, I try to find a good mix of epics and non-epic cards. Starting in no particular order with Didier Drogba. This update was really good for him. The speed curve changed dramatically, greatly increasing the difference between 80 and 90. With Drogba's 88, he is still absolutely fine. Could even adjust the build if necessary, but Drogba was never a pace striker anyway. Another thing that helps him now is that both offensive awareness and heading are more important now, and he is one of the best at both. His low dribbling shouldn't matter too much, because although players are more clunky now, he has never been much of a dribbler anyway. For him, ball control is the most important one of the dribbling stats, and that's his highest. His physical contact is also amazing, and as we've seen in the trailer and the game, offensive players aren't stopped as easily through physical challenges from the sides now, which is another advantage for him. You could even adjust the build to shift the focus on how you play him if necessary. He's a crazy good finisher both on the ground and in the air. Number 2 is one of my favorites, Manuel Neuer. Always been a great keeper and now has 2 additional things going for him. The first one is he is the best passer out of all keepers, and with pressing being less dominant, it's even easier for him to quickly and most importantly safely get the ball to one of your players. The other thing that makes him amazing are his special runs that I don't think any other keeper has. Some people don't like it, but he has never let me down. And with the through ball and speed changes, these runs can make a massive difference now. The next card is Free Belletti. Since through balls and fast strikers have received a great buff, fast defenders are very important now, and Belletti is exactly that. Another card I think is better off now than before is Free Showtime Kante. I think what gives him the edge is that most midfielders, especially free ones, are nowhere as fast as he is, so all of them suffer from the speed change, while he doesn't, making him relatively better to the others. Number 5 is Ruud Gullit. I mean, if you're good at everything, hardly anything could make you worse, right? What I like about him in particular though, I use him as an attacking midfielder, is his great model, which alongside his physical presence seems to be even a little bit better at winning balls now than before. On top of that, he also easily passes 90 speed, which isn't that common for midfielders, especially for those also featuring a defensive component. Offensively, I like how he runs into space, and it's so hard to fend him off. Also, Gullit is still Gullit, always good for an important goal. The next player who's a bit better at this patch is Barella. He's a really solid all-rounder and with 86 speed, also close enough to 90 to have an advantage compared to everybody who isn't. He also has great passing, which is more important now because somebody has to play the crazy through balls, right? Number 7 is Valverde. He's a bit more defensive than Barella. Worse at handling the ball and passing, but better at defense and a lot better at physical contact. Valverde can also finish better. The main point is the speed though, being close to 90 and having great acceleration as well. As said, many other free midfielders just don't have that. Someone I always really liked and I think is even better this patch is Denis Zakaria. Obviously an amazing card, also great speed. There are 2 things that I think benefit him now. Number 1 is that I think big models are really advantageous when you slowly engage towards a player because it essentially increases your action radius for free. The second thing is, as they've changed aggression, he and his 99 aggression seem to be really active at pressing comparing to others. Look here. Also look at his sliding tackle. Number 9, actually one of my older players, Chukwueze. He's a speedster, which is very good for these long through balls, making him quite a bit better than before. Not much else to say. Number 10 is a superstar, Rummenigge. He was amazing before, he's even more amazing now. He's one of the best targets for these long through balls into open space that he will just score for you. His dribbling stats are also high enough that you can still comfortably turn and use his high weak foot proficiency to score. The next player is Shevchenko. Pretty much everything I said applies to him as well. In my opinion, Rummenigge is a little bit better though. On top of that, pretty much all pacey strikers are way better than before. So obviously also Eto'o, Owen and so on. Number 12 is an old acquaintance we're all familiar with, Jan Koller. Back when the abomination of manual heading had its peak, he was in a league on his own. He then dropped in popularity because crosses were changed, relying less on jump height. Now, when the heading stat is a lot more important for scoring, he is in a better spot again. Next up is Gabriel Batistuta. He has quite good heading, very good finishing, and most importantly reaches 90 speed. And he also has great offensive awareness. Since he also has nice physical contact, he will take advantage of the new physical contest system, which is better for offensive players now. Number 14 is pretty similar to him, Marco van Basten. He also has the speed, offensive awareness and heading, but not as much physical contact or kicking power, but instead better ball control and tight possession. I'd say he's also better off than before, and he was already really good. He also has great passing, by the way. Number 15, Patrick Vieira. You can't say big model advantage without saying his name. This particular Anchorman card can reach 90 speed, which is, as I've said, a way bigger deal now than before. Amazing card. Ich mach Hattrick mit Patrick. The next one is Cristiano Ronaldo. Just like Batistuta and Van Basten, he's one of these hybrid strikers that are both great in the air but also great on the ground. 94 heading is seriously nice. Having his speed above 90 again is also just great compared to those who don't. Number 17 is Wan-Bissaka. No card video without him, I guess. As defenders are more reliant on speed now to defend the long through balls, Wan-Bissaka can shine. He also has the 15 leg length for additional acceleration, unless of course they changed this, which I guess we don't know yet. And he's so good at preventing goals. I've shown this before, but here again. My man! The next player is Lilian Thuram. In my opinion, still the best defender in the game, and since he's a pace monster, he's amazing against the long through balls, making him even more important now than before. Number 19, Cannavaro, another pace monster who is also one of the best against pacey strikers, just waiting for the through ball. He's always been amazing, and like Thuram, now perhaps a little bit more. Number 20 is Martin Cáceres. He's very similar to Thuram or Cannavaro, perhaps a little bit worse, but his biggest advantage is actually that his name is neither Thuram nor Cannavaro, meaning you can play them all three together. Excellent choice against long through balls. Since you're still watching, thank you by the way for a change. Here's a funny clip from Neuer. Next up is Kevin De Bruyne. If passing is important, obviously players who can do the great passes are going to shine. And not only that, he also has 85 speed, which is a lot better than what 80 would be. He also has 87 acceleration. He's great at low and lofted passes, and he also has pretty high offensive awareness for a midfielder. I would say he's definitely better than before. Number 22 is Morgan Rogers, a big offensive midfielder. Almost 90 speed, so absolutely on the better side of the speed changes. He also has great physical contact for the new physical duels, great passing for the new through passes, and he also has great dribbling stats. 90 balance is also not that common for players of his size. And he even has very high weak foot accuracy. The next one is an obvious one, Franz Mbappé. Also appeared in like all of my card videos somehow. He is really made for the through ball meta as he is super fast on and off the ball and can also finish well. Amazing free card. So you're still here. That's nice. Enjoy another clip of Neuer doing funny things. Number 24 might be a controversial one, Martin Ødegaard. Now the speed update obviously hurt him a lot. On the other side, he has very high dribbling stats and really crazy passing stats. On top of that, his defensive engagement and aggression stats, which have greater influence now, are way above average for an offensive midfielder. His acceleration is also decent, and according to the patch notes, acceleration finally matters on the ball now as well. But since most people play one of the counter play styles, skills, he will probably not be too great there. But I can see a world where somebody plays some sort of stationary possession style where Ødegaard's upsides cover up his lack of speed. 25 is the free Moussa Diaby. Extremely fast on and off the ball, and while he can't finish himself, he can at least set up another player after having received a long through ball. His balance is also amazing. The next player is Zaire Emery. He is also quite speedy and can play really smooth long passes. Phenomenal pass on top of this is really nice. He also has decent defensive stats and good dribbling stats, making him a worthwhile box-to-box option. Number 27 is another big winner, Guti. Really amazing at passing, great dribbling, and also has the speed going for him. I think he was already really underrated before, but this update definitely put him in an even better spot than he was in. Also nice aggression. Guti can do both the low ball as well as the high through ball for your team. He can also finish, and he's alright at physical contact. Hold on, you want another Neuer clip? Fine, there you go. No idea what his plan was here. But we're almost done. 28, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Now, while the speed update definitely wasn't good for him, he was never meant to be played as a speed merchant anyway. Instead, he's more of a finisher type. He can have tremendous offensive awareness and finishing, and his ball control is also nice. So basically, he is good at quickly getting ahead for a short moment and either score or control a ball and then score. On top of that, he also has nice physical contact and heading, making him a great target for crosses. Feel free to let me know your players in the comments. That's it, folks. Let me know if you liked this video. I'd love you to subscribe, liked, or commented. Until then, guys, take it easy. Shaka!